as Pastelito, 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 Pastelito.
Pastelito, pastelito, pastelito. Yes, sir.
School Street Foods in Lynn Field.
Correct.
In Lynn Field.
The whitest town in America, yes.
Yeah, but they love it.
They love it. We brought the sazon over there.
Yeah, so you have a very interesting story. In case, by the way, if you don't know, go check out School Street Foods, the Pastelitos. They're delicious. They're so good. They're so good. I haven't even had one yet, but I can tell you that they're delicious.
He smelled them. He's like, oh my God, this is.
You didn't have one?
No, I told him. Yeah.
Disrespectful, crazy.
It is disrespectful, but I'm crazy. Like with my. Okay, can I explain to you? This is why. Of course. This is why. So, but anyway, he's actually having some shipped over here right now as we speak because I brought home some to my kids and they love them. But okay, so this is the way that I process stuff. It's the same reason why I could tell you that I haven't had a donut and I can't even tell you the last time I had a donut. Because there are certain foods that
trigger.
Not trigger, but like I know I love. I grew up eating, we call them empanadillas.
Yeah.
Even though my family made them like this big, they call them empanadillas. And I'm like, what's an empanada? The size of a pizza?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Goddamn calzone.
Yeah. And I grew up eating them and I loved them. Right? So there are certain foods and donuts. There are certain foods that I know that people are like, oh, try it. You're going to like it. And I go, no, I know I'm going to like it. And I know I'm going to try it. And then I have it's a little bit of I don't know if it's addictive personality, but if I have one and I like it, I can't just go, oh, I got the taste of it.
Yeah.
I'm good. Then I'm going to end up having like 10, not like 3 or 4. I'm going to have an obnoxious amount because I haven't had one in so long.
It triggers it. Now you want it. You know what's crazy? I was at the shop a couple days ago and this girl was telling another customer like, yo, get a whole bunch. These pastelitos are like crack. And I was like, I've smoked crack. They're not like crack, but they are fucking good. Oh, I can't. Can I swear?
Yeah,
I can't swear.
It's fine,
oh, okay. My mouth is crazy. My mouth is crazy.
No, so that's why, like, you know, people will bring donuts and stuff. They're like, yo, have one. And I'm like, no, thank you. And they go, no, but they're delicious. And I go, I believe you.
I bet.
And they're like, well, then have one. I go, no, because why? Why don't you have one? Because then if I have one, I'm going to end up having about 8 of them.
Well, then you don't have self-control.
Yeah.
No, well, you know
like,
what?
I'm acknowledging I don't.
No, it's because I don't have self-control, I have extra self-control, if that makes sense.
That makes total sense.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, I don't even like walk in the room.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't even like break the seal because I know
you won't even be able to have like a bite and stop.
Hell, are you kidding me?
No way. No, I'm on my healthy tip right now. Like it's been like a month and a half now. I've been going to the gym, eating right, and I know that I can't have a bite of a donut. Yeah. Because then all day long I'm gonna want to eat sweets.
Yeah.
So I just don't even open the gates for that.
You see, once I get that out of the way, like I'm good.
If you brought something in here that I've never tried before, I'd be like, all right, let me give it a chance. Because I've never tried it, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
You've never tried his pastelitos before.
I have never had one that I don't like. And by the looks and the smell of it, I just know it'd be bad.
All right, I know this conversation is getting deep, but what are the chances of when that pack arrives here, you trying it?
Well, you could do a live taste test. We could put it in the episode.
Let's revisit.
Deflected like, no, we'll talk about that later.
I will gladly do a live taste test
Can I tell you, when I gave it to my kids, last time you came by and gave some to my kids, I was watching them eat them, and I was like, I got to walk out of the room. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, I know myself.
I respect it.
I know myself.
I'm going to push a little harder later, though.
Again. It's the reason, like, why, so donuts, brownies, like desserts and stuff like that. If you see me have a dessert, you're not seeing me have a dessert. You're gonna see me have about like 15 brownies.
Did you have any dessert on Christmas or
no?
Are you kidding?
On Thanksgiving is the only day that I allow myself to do dessert, and it's my wife. Her mom made this apple pie. It's really good, and my wife learned how to make it. And when they make it on Thanksgiving, they make 2.
One for you.
Yeah, one for everybody else and one for me. And they're not small apple pies. They're huge. But again, it's because I have some, I like it, and then I have the whole thing. So they make 2 apple pies, and one of them is just for me.
Yeah. Yo, I feel you. Why? Because I started the healthy stuff before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving came, I'm like, I'm going to cheat today, right? A little bit, allegedly. We were open on Thanksgiving, giving out free meals to the public. Yeah. And one of the things that we had was pies. They brought one peanut butter cream pie. That was for my business partner's husband, Ed. I didn't know it was his. I seen that peanut butter cream pie. I took one bite. I ate the whole thing. The whole entire pie. It was a big pie. Like, I can't stop. It's like Pringles.
It's yo.
It's like, no, you're right. I'm the same way. It's like Pringles.
It's the same. I'm telling you, chips. There's just certain foods that I know it's gonna be bad news if I eat it. So, anyway, that's a long way of saying why. It's definitely not because I don't like it. Yeah. I don't. It's because then I'll be like, oh man.
That day he said on camera, he's like, these are the best pastelitos ever. I'm like, my bro, you didn't even have them.
Yeah,
like,
I'm trying to be nice. I know. I can tell they're good though. I can tell they're good. All right, so let's go back to your story though, because it's an interesting story how you started this whole shop. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to sell. Well, let's go back, way back.
Yeah. As far as you want to go, I mean, like childhood.
Yeah, childhood.
I grew up in Roxbury, Eggleston Square, on School Street. That's why it's called School Street Foods. You know, I had both my parents. My parents used to have like a little somewhat illegal money lending business. So growing up, we always had it good. We always had everything we needed. I was a little houseboy in the hood.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was sheltered. And then I started drinking at a very young age, like 11, 12, because it was common for like holidays, coquito, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So I felt the taste and I liked it. At the same time, there was a lot of pressure on me because I was a smart kid. Like I was really, really smart. I ended up going to Boston Latin School. If like if anybody's hearing this and they don't know, like that's an exam school, like 8,000 kids take the test, 400 get in from the whole city, and I was one of them. So my parents were like, you know, you're our ticket out the hood. That was a lot of pressure on a 12, 13-year-old.
Yeah. Did you have brothers and sisters too?
Yeah, but they were like in special ed class, and you know what I mean? Yeah. Like they were good kids, you know what I mean? But they were like, they're not our ticket out. He is.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of pressure, and I hated homework, hated all of it. So I ended up going to Latin school, and I started drinking heavily before school.
Oh, wow.
I would like drink before school, fill up the liquor bottles with water so they could not tell that I was drinking or whatever. Yeah. And it just progressed.
Where were you getting the liquor?
From the house. That's what I'm saying. Like, if my parents' liquor, I would take some liquor.
Yeah.
Take 2-3 beers because there was always a fridge full of beers.
Yeah.
And then from the liquor bottle, I would put water back in it. To boom. And if it's a brown liquor, you're not really going to tell that I went into your stash.
Yeah.
And anything I say on this podcast is 100% facts. I'm not going to lie about anything, exaggerate nothing. Yeah. So that's what it was. I would drink before school like 3-4 days out the week. I ended up getting into a car accident. The car accident, I blew out my meniscus. They sent me home with all types of narcotics. Yeah. I stayed up for like 2 weeks straight playing Guitar Hero, taking narcotics, and I thought I was a rock star, and I felt like I had found I had found it. You know what I mean? I had found a real way to escape.
What was it they gave you?
It was like liquid Roxicet, Vicodin. Roxicet is like Percocet. It's like the generic version of Percocet. And like a muscle relaxer. So I was like Future in that bitch, just like chilling, Guitar Hero, and I felt like I had escaped, you know? So then that began that was my first bite of pie. And then I couldn't stop. Yeah. And I wanted the whole pie, and there was never enough pie. And I ended up becoming like a IV drug user, heroin, smoking crack, shooting coke, like whatever you think about, like, oh, that was me.
Yeah. And where'd you get that from?
Get what from?
Where'd you get the drugs from? Like, did you started just hanging out with people that were providing you the drugs, or?
So basically, right, I was in culinary school. That ties into the whole School Street thing.
Yeah.
But I was in culinary school, and I was selling perks, and I was doing perks.
Okay. But
I messed up the bag one time, and I couldn't re-up, and I had to go to culinary school. And that was like my future, so I was like, I got to pull up, but I was dope sick for the first time.
What does that mean?
Dope sick means like when your body gets used to having opiates in its system, when those receptors are not filled, then you feel tired, like lethargic, stomach pains, sweating, basically. Withdrawals. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's straight up withdrawals. It's like a flu times 10.
Yeah.
Shit in your pants, everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's horrible. And you're like, yo, what is this? I didn't know at the time.
So you were taking stuff daily at the time?
Yeah.
Like how many pills and stuff?
Like 2-3 perk 30s a day.
Damn.
Which is not a lot. Like for a normal person, that's crazy. Like you'll be puking and messed up all day. But for me, and seeing the other people around me, I was like, this is like a whatever amount.
Yeah. And that was just to kind of to feel normal at that. At
that point, like, you know what I mean? I got a little buzz.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't feel off. Right. But the first day that I messed up the bag and I wasn't able to get any more, I was desperate. So this kid on my street that I trusted or whatever, I hit him up. I'm like, yo, can you get me like at least a perk 10, perk 15, something? He was like, I don't got nothing right now, bro. I'm like, please help me. So he's like, pull up on me. So I walked up the street like 5 houses. He's like, I'm going to show you something. And he took a hit of dope. And he's like, this shit will make you feel just as good, if not better, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And I trusted him, so I seen him do it. So I'm like, and at that point, I was already sniffing perks.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll do a bump. So I did a bump. My whole face got warm.
Oh, shit.
Everything felt great again. Like, this was like another Guitar Hero rockstar moment for me in my life, right? Little did I know it would be the downfall of me, but at that moment in time, it felt as though I found a better way to escape, right? So that's when I got introduced to dope.
Yeah.
Then after that.
How old are you at this time?
22.
22, okay.
22 maybe. The drugs messed up my like timelines. So that might be a little fuzzy if I say 22 and I was 24.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was around that time, 22. And then, you know, like it progressed. I was doing dope every day now. Then I went to a detox center at Mass Ave. Boston Cab, it was called. Right there on the corner. They closed it down, but that was the first detox I ever went to. I had to admit to my family, like, yo, I'm going through it.
Yeah. I
ended up falling addicted to fucking heroin. You know what I mean? Like, that's a crazy thing to come out to your family, who at the time is somebody, a family that doesn't believe in any of that. That nobody in the family was doing drugs like that. You know what I mean? Like, my dad one time at the dinner table was like, if anybody gets addicted to drugs, they should just shoot themselves in the head because they're a waste of society. And I have a bad memory and stuff, but that stuck in my mind forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, because when I became that, I'm like, should I just shoot myself in the head?
Right.
Because I'm a waste of society.
Yeah. But did they, did you like have like a sit down meeting with them? How did you tell them that you
Yeah, I mean, like my sister, Monica, she's the front end manager right now at School Street, but that's like my best friend. And she was there. Her husband at the time was there, my mom, and I just kind of was like, I need help. Wow. I can't stop. And I'm like stealing and like, what do I do?
Did they, did any of them, like, were they surprised or were they just kind of like, yo, we've been noticing and we've been almost suspicious? But
it was like we knew something was off, but whoa.
Right.
That's a lot.
They didn't know it was that bad.
Right. Like, they were like, maybe you fell off into perks heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just because I remember, no, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was going to say, I had friends who like got into hard drugs, and the times like when they admitted it, I was always like, thank you for finally fucking saying it, because it was obvious. You know what I'm saying? But so they knew something was off, but just not like.
For me, I was just sniffing it. So like I would get a light buzz, like I would maybe sweat a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like it was signs that weren't very telltale. At the end of it, it was like one eye's going this way, the other one's going that. I can barely speak. Like they knew when I had relapsed, but in the beginning, it was like it was an internal battle I was dealing at that time more than anything.
Yeah.
So then I told them, they dropped me off at Boston Medical Center, and then they put me in that detox. And when I went to that detox, they were like, "You've been doing what? Sniffing dope? You're wasting your money, bro." And I was like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, you've been wasting it. Like, you got to shoot it. Like, you can get X amount more out of each bag if you just shoot it, and you get it right away. Your nose don't get clogged." Like, crazy advice.
Dudes that were going to the rehab with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were in the rehab with me, but they were at the rehab at Mass Ave.
Yeah.
So those people, they do what they call a spin dry. They just go in there, get their tolerance down, get some meals, take a few showers, then they hit the block again.
All right.
So that's the advice I got from them. I'm like, yeah, they're bugging. I'm not doing that. So I left, and I had zero recovery. I had zero understanding of like how powerful addiction is. I stayed sober for about a month.
Yeah.
And then the first time I went to go get high, I was like, I'm going to shoot it up. So I went on YouTube.
Okay, I was about to ask how
you goddamn seen this old lady on YouTube. in this like grainy camera, and she's like with a belt, and I'm like, I don't know what she just did, but I'm gonna try that. So I did that, and again, rock star moment. Like all of these moments are like, yes, at the end of it, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Right. Like you abandon your kids basically.
Yeah.
You steal from your family. This is my story.
Yeah.
You lose job after job after job. You have zero money.
Yeah.
You don't care about messing with a girl. Nothing matters.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like, why did I do this? But then you go back and you think, because those moments made me feel like I've never felt before, and you're forever chasing that.
Yeah.
So that's where like the disconnect comes from.
Were you still going to culinary school during this time, or did you drop?
Nah, so I ended up dropping out of culinary school about 1.5 years into it. So it's a 2-year program. I did 1.5 years. And one of my culinary instructors, he was like a North Korean, what is it called? North Korean? North or South Korean? He was one of the Koreans. I'm not sure which one.
I'm guessing South.
Yeah, I'm guessing South.
Oh, y'all are more politically informed than me. Okay.
Yeah.
He was South Korean military.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Retired. So he
Yeah.
came out here and he was baking. I hate baking.
Okay.
Because it's so precise.
Yeah.
And you can't like go back and fix anything. Like if you know what I mean? Like you can go back and add a little salt to your food. Like bacon, once the recipe's done, like that's it.
Yeah.
So I hated it. And then one night we were doing dishes and like I was a little dope sick or whatever. And there was like a couple little grease stains on some of the big sheet trays. And I was on dish duty. So he went to the front and was like, he touched it. He was like, there's still grease on this. He took all the dishes I had washed and threw them back in the dirty pile. He was like, clean that again. And I said, bitch, you clean it. And I walked out and I never went to culinary school again.
Damn.
And, you know, like, there's a lot of people that I'm like, yo, I'm thankful for their lessons. Nah, fuck him.
Yeah.
If you hearing this, whatever I can't even remember. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, you made my life difficult for like, I guess you had a reason, but for me at the time, it wasn't helpful.
Yeah.
Especially to a kid. You know, you were a kid at that time. Like, yeah, you were in your 20s, but to him, you're a child.
Yeah, I was like 22. Like,
well, some people try and do those like that hard lesson stuff. You see it all the time where they're like, I'm going to be extra harder on them to teach them. You see it in movies where eventually the person comes around like, thanks for being an asshole.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of people in my life that I'm like, yo, thank you for being an asshole. Like him, I got nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You know what I mean? To take some accountability, maybe I was in a very bad place, and maybe if I was a little bit in a better headspace, maybe I could have taken that lesson a different way. But
yeah,
I was doing the late class. It was like 11 o'clock p.m.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get out of there. Throw the shit back in the beginning of the dish pan. No, bro. Wow. You lucky we didn't fight. Like, I was very, very, very upset.
Yeah.
So I left it, and I never went back.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, where do you? The drugs took me to the bitter ends.
Yeah.
Like,
did you have a girlfriend, kids, all that stuff?
So when I was 20, I ended up having a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My son now, he's 14.
Yeah.
Javier Adrian Baez, Bucho, we call him. This is gonna sound crazy, but I think my baby mother used to babysit your kid.
Really?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
She might have.
Ivana.
You gotta be talking about Lucas.
Maybe on Westminster Street.
Did she work the daycare?
I don't know.
I don't remember the name, but there was a girl there that worked at the front desk. I feel like you're talking about her. I can't think of her name right now though.
But yeah. So I had a kid with her. I went to high school with her.
Okay.
And then, you know, like I put him in situations that I shouldn't have put him in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, driving around with guns in the car. He was there, right? Like, a lot of shit that I shouldn't have done. You know what I mean? And I tell him about it, and I apologize, and like, you know what I mean? Not just apologize. I live different now.
Yeah.
And I think that with those actions, you know, like, he's proud of me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, by the grace of God, I never got in trouble with him. Like, one time I was at the doctor's office, and like my doctor's office, Brookside Community Health Center and JP, like, they held me down forever. And one time I was in there like really high with my son. They were like, yo, if you don't leave right now and go home, we're gonna have to call DCF.
Oh wow.
because I was nodding. I was sleeping.
Yeah.
And my son's next to me. Like, I was that person that you had at an appointment. You're like this, looking at, you know what I mean? Like, I was that person. So yeah, I ended up, whatever, drugs took me to the end. One of the moments where I ended up realizing that like I needed to really, really change something was it was October 2017. I had just dropped off my son from trick-or-treating. At the time, I was doing Suboxone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know what that is.
That's the stuff that you take, you put it under your tongue?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a heroin. It's like to make you feel less dope sick, basically.
Yeah, it takes withdrawal. It takes away the withdrawals, and it's also a blocker, so you can't really get high when you're on it.
Yeah.
But you don't get the same effects. So a lot of people try it and it doesn't work out. A lot of people do try it and they're on it for years. Like, it's a very controversial subject. Kind of like methadone. You know what I know? You know what methadone is. So it's in that same family.
Yeah. I remember because again I had a lot of friends who did they did hard drugs, and one was telling me about how he was on that, and I said, wait, so they got you on a drug to keep you off of drugs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like. But he's like, no, you don't understand. And I'm like, no, I'm just going by like off the headline.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes.
Yeah.
It is true. Like, it's one drug to keep you off the other drug, but one drug is not going to kill you.
Right.
And if you take that one drug properly, like, you're not going to be stealing from your family and like robbing people and ending up in jail.
Yeah.
So, you know, but again, I worked in the recovery field for a long time. I was a recovery coach, then a recovery coach manager. So like that whole methadone, Suboxone, Vivitrol, Sublocade, all of that medication assisted treatment, like, very familiar with it and have gotten into a lot of like deep conversations about it because it's controversial, but it's people's lives on the line. So yeah, I was on Suboxone and I was smoking weed. No recovery, no higher power, no nothing. And I had just dropped my son off, and then my brother-in-law at the time let me use his car. It was a brand new 2017 Nissan. I was just going down the street. I got to my weed dealer's house. And I could just smell like the vinegar in the air because like dope smells like vinegar. And he was just like, I got something new. And I didn't even think, because mind you, I don't have that recovery, because recovery for me is like that 1 second to make a decision. Before you have that 1 second, it's just automatic. Yeah. Drug, gimme. Drug, gimme. So that's how I was. So I had to just stay away from the drugs. They were put in my face, basically. So I was like, you know what? I had some money because like I wasn't buying drugs every day. So I was like, let me get a bump. So I don't remember anything other than taking that bump. I went outside. I turned on the car. I pulled off. I had a fatal overdose while driving. Crashed 4 different cars. Halloween night. Lucky I didn't hit no kids, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing I remember was waking up, and the police officer was just like looking at her clock, ready to pronounce me dead. It was so close that she, in fact, like for the report said, subject not viable, and I didn't get an OUI. So in that moment, when that light was shining from the ambulance and I'm coughing up blood, I'm like, yo, something just saved me. Like, I know it. I feel it. And my whole life, I was an atheist. Part of me being an atheist was part of what created the disconnect between me and the majority of society. I didn't believe in God, and my sole purpose in life at that time was like reading biology books, like Richard Dawkins and a whole bunch of other books, like, and just trying to prove to people how wrong, right, the Bible is, in how many aspects.
You were trying to hit him with like science.
Yeah, like straight facts. You know what I mean? Right. And they would always hit me with some like rhetorical whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, well, God wants you to see it that way. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, no harm, no foul. I respect religious people now. I really do. Yeah. Because within that moment, I figured there was a higher power, and I was able to tap into it. So I started going to Narcotics Anonymous meetings. I started like reaching out, and the first time I walked into a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, I got loved up by like a bunch of old black crackheads and like young dope shooting white. Like, it was just a crazy mix of people, and they all just loved me up unconditional. And I was like, yo, this love right here, I can't recreate this. Like, don't nobody in this room want nothing from me. And they all hugging me and telling me it's gonna be okay. Like, you can't recreate that. That's a power greater than myself. right? So I tapped into that. And then like after that, I still had to like learn a couple lessons, do a little bit of research and development. I had to go out a couple more times. I relapsed a couple times,
Yeah.
Couple 15, 20 times. But they got shorter.
Yeah.
Because I already knew better and I knew there was something out there. So I ended up 2018 stopping completely. So I stopped heroin, coke, crack, alcohol. Never again have I picked it up. That's the end of that story.
What was the date? October what?
No. February. Did I say October?
Oh, no. October was 2017. The
accident was October 2017.
Yeah.
It was February 3rd.
February 3rd.
Was my clean date 2018.
Okay.
It was February 2nd. I took a picture. I got the picture. I looked beat up. I got marks all over my face. And I'm like, I'm not doing this shit no more. This is the last picture I'm ever take like this. And it was. And it is. Amen. So then I started like selling weed and selling edibles like 2019. Because again, like there's a lot of life lessons. We were talking about it earlier. Like you have to go through certain shit to be able to like understand.
100%.
And go back and analyze those moments and be like, yo, that was for that reason. And I can't do this because that creates that type of pain in my life. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. A lot of people, they kind of, when they go through shit, they kind of want to like, they want to pretend it never happened almost. And just like, I wish that never happened to me. And I could understand why you feel that way. But I'll always say to somebody, you wouldn't be the person that you are now if you didn't go through that. Because there's something, some people learn, don't get me wrong, you learn from like seeing things or whatever, or somebody close to you going through something. But a lot of times you have to hit whatever your version of rock bottom is to get out. And then, it just makes it easier to progress in life whenever you get knocked back a little bit, because that's what life is.
For sure.
It's not like right now you're just like, I'm coasting forever,
No, hell no.
Right.
Like, even this year has been one of the best years of my life. There was so many bumps this year, you know what I mean? Like crazy bumps that like we could talk about, but those moments in life, if you act like they never happened, you forget about the pain that came along with it.
Yeah.
And once you forget about the pain, that's when you're destined to do that shit again.
Right.
Like women forget about the pain that they have when they give labor. They talk about that all the time. Because when they give labor, they like, I'm never doing that shit again, right? So what happens is 6 years down the line, they only glorifying the baby coming out, the first kick. They glorifying those moments and they forgetting about the pain, the throwing up, the kicks, the this, to that. So they're like, let's do it again.
Yeah.
I always say, I'm like, there's a chemical that gets released in a woman's brain, probably, I would say a little after a year after they have the baby, that makes them just forget the bad shit.
Yeah.
Because then they want to have another one, and I'm like, you
said never again. Yeah. You said never again.
You literally said, remind me if I want to have another one, what I'm going through right now. It doesn't matter. Let's have another one. And that's why I have 5 kids.
Okay, now. So, you ain't mad at that. Yeah, no, so like the same thing happens with drugs. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, this is why they can't get over their addiction, is because they continue to glorify those rock star moments.
Yeah.
The time they have 4 girls in bed with them when they was doing coke, like they keep replaying that shit, but they not replaying the fact that 2 days later, right, they were dead broke in a gas station, like calling somebody asking them for $20. Like they forget that part, but they'll glorify the good parts.
Yeah.
Me, the way that I've been able to get past that is I hold on to the painful moments, the moments where like my stomach, I'm curled over in bed, I haven't showered in 4 days, like my kids, nobody want to talk to me. My family hates me, right? Like I only got a roof over my head because my mom never, ever gave up on me. I hold on to those moments because I don't want that again.
Yeah.
Fuck it, the rock star moments was cool, but they ain't worth it. Wow. Promise you, they're not.
So after October 2018, you didn't. That was.
No, February 2018.
I'm sorry, I keep saying October.
You're good. That was a big date. It was like October 2017. So no, 2019. I was smoking weed. I started smoking weed again.
Okay.
Because I had stopped smoking weed for a little bit of period. Because it's like if you're trying to stay away from sweets, but you still like eating the sugar-free Russell Stovers, you know what I mean? Like you still keeping that animal alive in some way or another.
Yeah.
So I was smoking weed. And then I ended up smoking weed to the point where it made my life unmanageable.
Oh, wow.
I was smoking 5 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 a.m., like nonstop smoking. And during that time is when I started selling Pastelitos. Because I felt like a fraud at the time because I was working at a recovery center.
Yeah.
And I was like helping people with their drug problems. But then I'd go home and smoke mad weed. And I'm like, yo, this is not adding up for me.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, right? Like, if you're telling people how to stay away from a substance, but you can't do it yourself, then, like, you lying, right? And I'm a type of person that, like, integrity is everything. So it was just eating at my soul. Plus, the money wasn't good. So I ended up quitting, taking my last check, and asking my daughter's mom. My daughter never seen me do no hard drugs. My daughter's mom at the time. I asked her for her food stamps card. Goddamn EBT got this show on the road, baby. Shout out to who was the president at the time, but shout out to them.
Yeah.
And I was able to buy the stuff, the food with her food stamps, and I was gonna buy all the like little totes and the calderos, the cauldrons, whatever to fry with the last check I had, and I did that. And I just hit the streets with them.
So I'm just gonna go around, start selling them, and
yeah, and that's where like back in DR, right, in the morning, the trucks will come around like tenemos esto, tenemos lo otro, tenemos, right, like they're announcing stuff. So that's for me is where it came from. I was like, you know what, I need something catchy. So I walk into barbershops or salons or mechanics, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, I'm crazy at the time. Like, I just would do it. I'd wake up at 5 a.m., start smoking, start making, frying, be out the door by 7, pull up, pastelito, 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 pastelito. And that's how I told people I was there.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was selling the pastelitos for like $2.50. $2.50. They'd be like, $2.50? I pay $1 for them. Like, what do you think you selling? And I'd always tell them, take a bite. If it's not worth it, don't pay for it. And they'd always buy 2. And that's how I always got the sale. Because they were tasting something they never tasted before. At that time, I was just going around with beef and cheese, chicken and cheese, buffalo chicken, and steak and cheese. But like shaved steak, peppers, onions, salami. You know what I mean? Like a full cheesesteak experience. So they was like, nah, this is actually gas. So I did that for a little while.
Where were you selling it around?
I lived in Lynn.
Okay.
So I would do like a morning run to the businesses in Lynn.
Oh, I see.
And I was posting on Facebook at the time. And then I would shoot down to Boston.
Okay.
Because I'm from Boston. I had just moved out to Lynn.
Okay, because my son, when he used to play like Little League and stuff like that, and JP, there would be the Pastelitos, Well, it wasn't Pastelito, but there'd be people coming around selling them.
Yeah, they still everywhere. You know,
if you were the guy.
No. I was never that guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That shit's like a stepping on toes. Like, goddamn, almost got shot about selling pastelitos one time. I was like, yo, I'm gonna pull up to this game. And they were like, yo, you can't. So and so's there. And that's his game. I'm like,
no, they really is.
I'm like, yo,
so
but now look, I'm the goddamn pastelito king, and I'll pull up where the fuck ever, bro.
There's like a unwritten rule, like if you're going Storrow Drive, right, and you go towards the Pike, there's always somebody there holding up a sign asking for money and stuff like that. I remember one time I was coming in to go to a Red Sox game, and I was stuck at the light there, and they almost broke out in a fight. There was a couple people there that almost broke out in a fight because one dude was like, yo, your time ended at 4:30. My time starts at 4:30. Yeah, so they have like I don't know who sets the schedule, but they have like an unwritten rule of like, you're here for a couple hours, then it's my turn or whatever.
When there's money involved, there's always gonna be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People bumping heads. So I was never at the games, but I was doing that. And actually, like, even in doing that, there was like a couple spots where they were like, yo, if you come here again, like, this dude be coming here with the plates and the I ate with the mango and the salami. So like, you kind of, I'm like, I like, it ain't that deep for me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to get into a fist fight over $20. Like, you got it.
So how much money are you making like daily, would you say, doing this? You doing it 7 days a week?
No. 5.
5, okay.
5, and then I was getting hit up for like caterings either Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like I was posting every day, pastelito, 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 and I was doing poetry at the time, and like I was pushing myself. So I was people knew like this guy saying he got the best pastelitos, like we gotta hit him up. I was making probably like 150, 200 a day. Not like I wasn't like rolling in money, you know what I mean? But like I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
So what's that? 150 times 5? I don't know the math on that. 750, something like that.
And what were you spending on the ingredients?
So I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the problem, right? So 750 a week, I was spending about maybe 250 on ingredients.
Yeah.
Right? That leaves me with 500. I was smoking about $400 a week, at least. So I wasn't making no money.
Yeah.
And I had already been behind on my car payments because of the job I had that was paying me $15 an hour in the recovery field. I had a car that I could afford because I was doing delivery at a pizza shop in Dudley. And then I got an opportunity to work in the field, right? That's the recovery center I was telling you about. And I was like, I don't care. I went from making $1,200 a week cash from doing delivery under the table to $15 an hour, 40 hours a week. So I couldn't pay my car. So I started selling the Pastelitos, and I was just like praying that it would pick up crazy. It picked up, and I probably could have paid my car if I wasn't smoking so much weed. And one day I come out with a pack, goddamn 2 big old bags full of Pastelitos, my car's gone. Oh, repossession.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And like, yo, I fell into a deep depression. I'm like, again, you know what I mean? Like, how did I end up here again? This is the unmanageability that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So I started going back to meetings because I wasn't going to meetings at that time. I was just like raw dogging it. I'm not going to do drugs. So I started going back to meetings and I started talking about my problem with weed. Started going. January 1st, 2020 was the last, December 31st was the last day I ever smoked weed. 2019.
Okay.
So my clean date from weed is January 1st, 2020.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just went back to working. Like trauma that came along with the Pastelitos of like getting your car repoed, the long nights, the pain that I was feeling from like I thought it was just the Pastelitos, but it was also the depression of like smoking so much weed. I said I'm never doing that again, ever. So I went and I started working as a case manager in Salem, at the Salem shelter, and like I was just sad because there was a roof over me. In terms of how much money I can make. Like, I was making $700 a week. No matter how hard I worked, it didn't matter. That's what you're making, bro. Like, that's just what you're worth. It felt like, you know what I mean? So it was one Halloween and I was just really sad. And my brother was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I feel stuck. So he's like, well, why don't you go back to the Pastelito thing? You seem very happy when you were doing that. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't want to do that out the house again. Like, that was crazy. So my brother, who's a very smart businessman, he was like, I'll give you X amount. I had a few thousand saved. My grandmother had just passed. That gave me like an extra $3K. It was like $18K total. 20K. And I ended up getting into a commissary kitchen, which is like a shared kitchen space where you share it with other people that are trying to launch a business. And I was doing that, and the reason I got that was because I wanted to do wholesale Pastelitos. I was like, we just gonna create the pack and we're gonna sell it to like little Spanish supermarkets. I was doing that. I got my first sit down with Compare, I believe it was, one of the salesmen for Compare in Lynn, and there's a couple of them. And he's like, are you a USDA approved kitchen? I didn't know that. You need to be a USDA approved kitchen to wholesale anything that has beef, chicken, anything like that. So I was like, nah. So I had to pivot. So I started doing pop-ups, deliveries. You were able to order online and like go and pick up at the commissary kitchen. And like, it was all right. I was making probably, after paying all the bills, paying employees, whatever, like $300 a week, which for a business that just opened is not horrible. It's food business, right? Like, food is very hard to make it ahead. And most people tell you you're going to stay in the red for the first year. So I was making $300. So they were like, you're doing good. I'm like, I know, but I was already used to living my life off of $700. Now I'm making $300. Like, how am I supposed to do this? So after the 6-month lease was over, they do a 6-month period at a time. I stopped again. I had built a little bit of fame in that, like locally, about like my Pastelitos, and I was doing videos or whatever. So I stopped doing that, went back to working, but I didn't. Something in me was like, people love that Pastelito, whatever, right? They love that. So what I ended up doing was Dave Portnoy style. I would go to every single Pastelito shop in New England and do a review right in front of the store. Pastelito. You know what time it is. And then I'll do it just a tip, right? Like, that's where that whole thing came from. I'll do it just a tip, do some seductive shit on camera, right? I give it a score. And like, yo, I went out there and I tried everything there was. And I was like,
mine are better.
I really got it. I got it. You know what I mean? Like, it was like a eureka moment. Like, nobody's making a better Pastelito than me.
What was it that you think, or do you know what it is that makes yours different?
Hell yeah.
Are you gonna give away the secret?
I mean, it's like
recipe, or
it's not a recipe. You know what I mean? Because I'll make a Pastelito out of anything.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Like right now, the just a tip, which is the steak tip Pastelito.
Yeah,
that's my favorite, and I created that like 4 or 5 months ago. Like, it's not like a recipe. It's about like understanding the dough and the cooking process, and understanding like the moisture of the ingredients inside, and understanding like cheese to meat ratios, and like the air pockets that build inside, and how to get rid of them. Like, it's a whole, I call myself a pastelitologist. Like,
there's a whole science to it.
There's a whole science to it. You know what I mean?
18 months in culinary school, baby.
Yeah.
Before that dude.
Yeah, fuck him.
Said, fuck you clean it.
You clean that shit. Yeah, so it's not about, right? Like, it's not about a certain recipe.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I've actually like showed how I make my pernil on our Facebook. I'll show how we make our ground beef, like, to the T. I'll give you the recipe.
Yeah.
You don't know what I know. Mm-hmm. And that's different. It's like most people that do pastelitos don't really have any culinary training. They just like, oh, dough and beef, like, we'll make a quick buck off of it.
Yeah.
Nah, like, I took everything that I learned in the years of working in like different restaurants, culinary school, watching Food Network, like being a foodie, right? And then taking that and being like into my own product.
I see.
That's why our menu is very different. Like, we got a pastrami and Swiss. We got a buffalo chicken. I'm about to do a different whole menu change coming soon. We about to have jerk chicken broccoli Alfredo pastelito. Like, you know, we have the traditionals, beef, cheese, whatever. The steak tip one, the birria, the #1 selling birria.
Yeah. That's good. Creating your own menu, your own unique thing.
Oh, everything's my menu. My sandwiches are all mine. Like, I got different sandwiches.
I'm gonna tell you eventually. Not yet. I'm gonna tell you later on what your future is gonna hold. But keep going.
Oh, damn! Fire me up.
Yeah, for real. I
have a quick question. What do you think? Back to the story you were kind of telling us earlier. What do you think is because you've lived pretty much every aspect of it. You've been in the drug world. You've helped people get out of it. What do you think is the biggest misconception of someone struggling with an addiction problem?
That if they have an addiction problem is because they were like raped and had no food to eat. Like, people are always like, oh, they must have had a really hard life growing up and that's why they do it. Or they say they're never going to get out that lifestyle. Both very false. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a prime example of both. You know what I mean? That's why I tell my story out loud, so I can break some of those misconceptions, because I had a great fucking childhood. Mm-hmm. I traveled every year, had whatever clothes I wanted, never food missing. You know what I mean? Like, I had it all, never got touched, never got hit. I never got hit once. Nah, I lied. My mom hit me once, my dad hit me once. I deserved both of them. But like, I had a really good childhood. I ended up in drugs. Drugs don't discriminate. The other thing is, when you get to such a deep hole, people are like, that man has no return. Right. And that's also false. So I think those are the two biggest misconceptions that, like, I want to disprove by recovering out loud. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of people, like you said, they'll act like this shit never happened. Like, they'll go through a crazy time and they'll just tuck it away. Like, nah, we normal now. Like, nah, I'm not normal. Yeah. I went through some shit, but I'm grateful for that shit because I am who I am now.
Because it seems like your relationship, I don't want to use the word shame, but it seems like your relationship with shame, you kind of keep it right here. You're not, because some people, they want to, like we said, they ignore it, they tuck it away until it starts creeping back up. You know what I mean? But it's like you're keeping it right next to you so that you don't forget. Right. Everything that happened.
Right. I have to.
Yeah.
I keep that pain and like that shame and the guilt and all those negative feelings. I keep them very close to me, near and dear. Yeah. Because they remind me what I don't want to go back to.
And what's your relationship with faith now, from coming from that moment where you kind of woke up? What's it looking like since then?
So I'm still not religious. Like, I'm not Christian. If I have any...
I'm only asking because I saw your jade necklace. That's why.
No, I was gonna say if I have any type of affiliation, I would say, or connection would be to like Buddhism and like, you know, the living right and the Four Noble Truths and all of that. And like meditation was a big part of me accepting a lot of the trauma that had happened to me. You know, and understanding that I'm connected to everything and everything is connected to me, that God lives inside of me, inside of you. Like that for me was helpful. But like spending Christmas Eve on church, no disrespect, like that's just not who I am. And I still don't, and I don't think I ever will buy into that philosophy, which is fine. Yeah. Before I was like, what the fuck are them people doing in there? They're fucking dumbasses. Don't they know that they don't even know when Jesus Christ was born? You know what I mean? Like that was me before. Now it's like, respectfully, not for me. That's it. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, like my son is deeply Christian. Deeply Christian. I tell him, I'm like, just question everything. But if you believe. I'm not gonna try to disprove anything that he believes.
Right.
So now I'm just like very spiritual, very energy oriented. I can feel people's vibes. I can like feel my own, know when something's off. Like that's for me is like the greater universe. Like that's my spirituality. I don't know. Yeah. It's complex, you know? Like I feel like we're not supposed to understand it.
Yeah.
Like it's beyond us. And people that think that they do understand it is kind of like, you know, like, no. Right. I don't understand it. But I do understand some aspects of it. And I do understand that if I feed it a certain way, it feeds me back. And I do that. And that's how I live my life. And I try to do the right thing even when no one isn't looking. Because that's what really counts.
Yeah. I think it's all about like whatever will make you a good person at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everyone believes stuff at different levels. But I'm like, as long as it's going to make you a good person. If you're going to sit there and preach to me and try and convert me to whatever it is that you're doing, I'm like, that's a little too extreme. But otherwise, I'm like, if you're just a good person and you believe in this or that or this person or that thing or whatever, cool.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. That's all good. You know?
And I did it all. But real quick, I just want to say that, like, I'm not speaking off of, like, ignorance. I went and I sat down with, like, sheiks and I went to a mosque and I went and I sat with Jewish folks and I went to 2 Christian churches and I had conversations and like they allowed me open space to ask questions and like present my points of view and like I gathered all the knowledge that I could. I went to a Buddhist temple and then after all that research, right, is when I made my decision. It's not like I'm just like, yo, fuck that. I still was like, nah, I gotta be open-minded because part of Narcotics Anonymous is honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness.
Yeah.
With these, we are well on our way. That's what it says. So I was like, I gotta be open-minded.
And you should. I think you should question. I think you should be allowed to question it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I think blindly following anything
is crazy.
No. That's ridiculous. But are you still going to Narcotics Anonymous meetings now, or?
So I actually Narcotics Anonymous is like what saved my life, and I'm very, very aware of it.
Yeah.
This last year, being in the business, the restaurant closes at 7, meetings start at 7.
We're back.
All right, we had to do a little pause because the guest got delivered.
The pack touchdown.
And I had one, and it was... Right now, this is how I know I'm disciplined. Because that tray, I could easily... How many are in that tray right now?
There's about 10 left.
I could eat easy.
Well, you know, we got the Pastelito eating challenge at School Street right now. That's been going viral on TikTok.
Really?
Yeah. How many Pastelitos can you eat in 30 minutes? The record's 23 right now.
Don't on my good days.
Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, we did.
Me and my cousin Fatty. Big shout out to my cousin Fatty.
Shout out to Fatty.
Yeah, who used to, growing up, he would line up his breakfast. He'd get what comes in a package of hot dogs. 8. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
8. He'd throw the 8 hot dogs to boil. While they're boiling, he'd line up the breads. Take out the hot dogs, put them in each bun, throw the ketchup or whatever. Each hot dog, 2 bites. Whap, whap.
The
whap,
original
whap.
Glizzy Gobbler. Goddamn right.
So one day, it's funny because one day when this is years ago, there was a Hooters that opened up by the garden, and I was doing appearances there, and they were doing hot wings eating contest.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what the prize was, but I said, Fatty, come down. You're gonna smoke all these dudes. So he comes down, right? And they were like, oh, this is the hottest sauce, yada yada yada, all this shit. I sit him down, 10 dudes. 3, 2, 1, go. Every dude picks up a wing, and they're eating them like this, right? Snot coming out of their nose, eyes tearing or whatever. You look over in the corner, and my cousin Fatty, he pick up a wing. You ever seen the cartoons like that? The animal will stick. Yeah. They go and pull the bones. He put the wing. Boom, bah. Chicken wing. Boom, bah. He finished the 10 before anybody else finished 1. And the best part, when he put that last one down, he was like, boom. Put the last one down. He got up. He threw his napkin down. He just walked away like a G. Like a G.
Wing drop.
Yeah. So then we used to. So he won that. And then one time was it Texas Roadhouse? It was like one of them steak places that they're like, oh, yo, if you can eat this like 72 ounce steak. I said, yo, Fatty, bring it. We brought him down. He destroyed that one. Too.
Where's Fatty now?
Fatty's in Everett. He's still eating and still fat. His name is Fatty.
Yo, Fatty. This is a direct challenge. You pull up and do the Pastelito challenge. You got to do 24 of them in 30 minutes.
Oh God.
The way Ramiro talking about you.
Yo,
I don't know.
He could average easily 1 a minute. He would do at least 30 at least.
Now you know what it is. It's not about the beginning. Everybody does. Some people do 30 seconds. For the first. It's when that grease start catching up to you. 17, 18.
Yeah. Well, he gets the gout. And he doesn't let it affect him. I'm like, yo.
Just powers through, huh?
He got the gout. And I'm like, are you going to stop eating greasy food? He goes, nah, man, it's too good. Fatty's not the healthiest person on the planet, but he's entertaining to watch eat.
You know?
We love you, Fatty.
Hell yeah.
I had a quick question. This just popped in my head. So you get to the point where you're operating your Pastelito business, out of like, I don't want to say warehouse kitchens, but is that the best way to put it?
Commissary.
Commissary kitchens. What now brings you in with Ed? Where does that connection start? Was it a by chance meeting or?
Oh, no. So matter of fact, Ed and they're both my business partners. Ed and Gina, Ed Goodwin. Matter of fact, that's $50 right there. They were just a customer at that point. They had tried my product while I was at that commissary kitchen once. Never talked to them. Never saw them again. Like never saw them. It got delivered. Right. Yeah. That was it. So when I stopped doing it, I completely let go of the Pastelito thing. I was just doing the videos. Fast forward 2024, last year. I had just broke up with my kid's mom. I met this girl. I don't even want to give her no type of clout, but she kind of like was like, let's do it again. I'm like, I'm not doing it. She's like, I'll cook them. You just advertise it. I advertised it. We cooked the meat up. We cooked the birria. She loses it. Oh, Jesus Christ came down and said, you're a liar and a cheater. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, we throwing all of this away. I'm like, what? We already did pre-sale, 250 Pastelitos. We can't. So I grabbed all the consomme, wrapped it up in saran wrap, whatever, dipped to my sister's house, Monica, the one I was talking about. I dipped to my sister's house, and I'm like, yo, you got to help me sell these Pastelitos.
Wait, she just like randomly like just got crazy religious after
yes.
you cooked all this food?
Yes. Yo, but listen, as that was the devil, but the fact that she got me back into Pastelitos, like that's the God in the universe and all of this. You know what I mean? Like,
so you just finished making the last of the 250, and then she just goes like,
nah, I hadn't even made the Pastelitos. I just had the meat, the dough,
the meat.
And the consomme.
And then
that sauce. I had the sauce, the meat, the cheese, the dough. Yeah. She said, we're not doing this. It's all going in the trash. I'm like, what? So she went upstairs and like was whatever.
This sounds like a movie. He had to escape with the ingredients.
Yo, no lie. Yo, bro, consomme spilling all over my car. I'm driving from Hyde Park to JP. I'm like, yo, what the, like, you know what I mean? Crazy. So my sister's like, well, lock in. So I lock in my sister, my other sister, Susana, my nieces, Camila, Carolina, Alexa, River. They all hold me down. They help me make the Pastelitos because I got 2 jobs at the time.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be making the Pastelitos. So they go out. They're a hit. Everybody goes crazy about them. We need them next week. So we start doing 400 Pastelitos every Saturday. Birria. I would take down on a notebook who was getting what and what Walmart parking lot they were meeting me in. Because most of my customers was on the North Shore.
Yeah.
And I was living in JP.
Oh, wow.
On my sister's air mattress at the time. This is last year, 2024.
Yeah.
So I would go with the product, boom, shoot up to Walmart, Lynn, Walmart, Danvers, Walmart, Salem, Market Basket, Salem, and just meet groups of people. And they'd all just be waiting there, and I would get the pack off. Boop, 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 every Saturday. Then a bar contacted me, Jacob's Corner in Beverly. dive bar. Owner is whatever. I won't even give him a platform, but they have me go in there, and I'm selling them every Saturday for 6 months straight. We're having 2 jobs. And
you were making them Saturday morning. When were you making them?
I had a fryer at his kitchen.
Oh, I see.
His kitchen wasn't operating. I brought a little electric fryer. He had a hood. I would make them at the house. This is all illegal, of course. Then I would bring them up to Jacob's Corner Saturday.
Yeah.
Be there at 2 p.m. Turn the fryers on, and the customers would come in. I would also have a bunch of pre-orders. People just coming to pick up.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. His hood broke. He's like, you got to fix it. I'm like, how I got to fix it, bro? Like, this is your kitchen. Like, I'm not fixing that. So I said, I'm not doing it anymore. In those 6 months of me making the empanadas, the pastelitos, out of that kitchen, Gina and Ed had ordered delivery. 7 kids. So they got like, I don't know, 24 of them. And, you know, at this point, my product had improved. So Gina was probably like, these shits are bomb. Gina's a big Birria fan. When I announced that I wasn't going to do it anymore, Gina hit me up. This was September 2024. Last year. Last year. Yeah. But it feels so new to be 2026. But last year. She hit me up. She's like, well, why don't you open up a shop? I'm like, I don't have money, credit, sleeping on an air mattress.
Yeah.
Like, I can't open up a shop right now. So she told me, like, oh, my mother passed away. She left me some money. Adele, rest in peace. Left Gina some money. And Gina had never met me before.
I was about to say, your relationship with her was like her coming to you and saying, why don't you open up a shop?
Yeah, 100%. And because Gina has her own nonprofit. She fed like 23,000 people last year. Her and all the good ones on the North Shore, everywhere. 23,000 people for Thanksgiving. For free. For Christmas, over 1,000 families. Toys. For free. Wow. She gives back. They have 7 adopted children. They give back. So in that moment, she had the ability to.
Yeah.
And I guess between me and Ed Goodwin, that's another $50. Being in recovery, right? She saw the connection. She saw that I was trying to make something of myself. And she put it up.
Wow.
And I had never met her. The first time we met was looking at a spot in Peabody.
So I met Javi, for the first time. And I was like, wow, in Newest Story. And it was like a story that I've heard several times being in recovery myself. And, sometimes you just say to yourself, you got to give somebody a chance. And he was the guy that, and Gina and I, we said, this guy deserves, second chances are what it's all about.
Yeah.
And, so we gave him this chance. And him and I, we went all over. And then Gina heard about this place in Linfield. And it was just everything lined up. We had just moved to Linfield, and this place was like in our back pocket, where we didn't have to travel far, and it just worked out. And then Javi moved into our pool house.
Goddamn right.
So he was our pool house boy.
Yeah.
And it just worked out. And probably the craziest year of our lives.
100%. And that was from September to when we first met. And when she reached out till we opened the doors November 12th in Linfield.
What?
2024.
So, what was the business agreement that you guys came up with? Like, you're going to split the profits 50-50? Like, how's it roll?
The feds are watching.
That's crazy.
He's like, it's working out. It's clearly working out well, whatever's going on.
I just don't know what
Gina, right now, I'll be Gina Ed, the full owners.
Yeah.
I'm the vision, the brand.
Right.
The head chef.
Yeah.
And we working on something. I mean,
realistically, at some point, we'll probably sell this, and it'll go to him.
Were you nervous at all, though, going into business with him? Like, and you just met him?
I don't, I've done so many stupid things in my life.
Yeah.
And, it's like we were out to dinner the other night, and I'm talking about, years ago, I've done stuff, and I know the statute of limitations run out on this stuff, but I mean, I've been at a party, and I've had a woman say, "You look just like my husband. Will you sign a $100,000 loan, and I'll give you a $10,000 kickback?"
And did you do it?
He goddamn did it.
What?
Yo,
So I've done things that you take chances, and I'm not gonna. But I believe the statute of limitations run out on that. So can we just like?
For pure legal reasons,
listen,
absolutely.
Again, the feds are watching.
I don't know. Like, what extreme? I don't know what story stranger. The ex-girlfriend freaking out right after when you have to make the 250 pastelitos, or Gina being like, "Hi, nice to meet you. Let's go look at some spots and go in business."
Yo,
together."
listen, I'm gonna tell you that this can't be scripted, bro. Like, this is
unreal.
real life crazy energy. This is why my
And now it's like all family. You know, Javi's got his family working there. I got, a couple of my kids that are in their teens, they're working there. So, and Gina works there. And when Javi, I'm the dish pit bitch, so it's like, Ed, we piling up over here. You got to get down here. So it's like, there's not a job that we won't do to make this work.
Right. So has there been any situations where you guys have butted heads on how things should run?
I mean, to be honest, like, there's been a couple small, like, I wouldn't even say bump heads, just conversations to be had. Like, Gina wanted to open up Monday and Tuesday, and I'm like, right now that's not the best decision to make. And it was just like conversation. There was never like, oh, this is dumb, this is not gonna work. Like, just conversations.
Normal business.
Yeah, let's try it out. You know what I mean? Because what can we do? Like, we already deep in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Gina and I were both nurses.
Okay.
So, when nursing started for us 25 years ago, you would spend 15 minutes with a patient and 5 minutes writing a note. And now that's flipped. Now you spend 5 minutes with a patient and 15 minutes on a computer about it. And we're people, we're people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we love being in the restaurant and somebody coming in, we know their name, we know, who they are. They walk in the door, we know they want their coffee a certain way. That's what we missed about nursing, and that's what, we're lucky enough to get back. Mm-hmm. So it's just nice being able to have that. And Javi's the energy.
Yeah.
Javi's he brings the energy, and he brings the ideas. He knows what he's doing for the most part. And if he's way off base, Gina will give him a little bit of direction.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife, when she gets mad at me, she'll say, "Okay, you're, not allowed to go in the restaurant for 3 days." I get my little suspension.
Yeah, it gets banned from the restaurant.
Back in, So it is what it is.
So this is your first. You said you guys came from nursing. Did you do any type of have any business ownership or entrepreneur?
Nope.
No. Wow.
No, I mean,
just that random woman you gave $100 and dollars.
Hey, allegedly.
I'll tell you another story sometime, but off air about a treadmill.
Running.
Wow. So you guys were all learning this simultaneously.
Yeah, because I had been in like assistant management at restaurants.
Right.
I had done the little thing at the commissary, but a full blown operation like this was new to me.
Yeah.
Me and Gina being in charge of everything, because Gina also this is new to her. Mm-hmm. So we both, like you said, trials and tribulations. That's why I said it was the best year of my life. Like, the amount of followers we all gained, like the amount of pastelitos we sold, like everything was crazy. But there were so many lessons that have to do with like staffing and finances and buying food and cutting, like so much stuff. But like, our product is so good that it was selling enough to keep us afloat while we learned those hard lessons.
Wow.
And we got a lot of people that walk our walk, that come in the door, that they'll say, "Hey, I got a year recovery." Mm-hmm. I got or stuff like that. And Javi's got a Monday night NA group there now.
But when we paused, matter of fact, hold up, Ed. When we paused early, when the pastelitos got here, and then Ramiro tasted it and said that they were the best pastelitos in America, right? So what we were talking about was, do I still go to Narcotics Anonymous?
Yes.
And I was saying that the restaurant closed at 7,
and
I would try to pull up to meetings sometimes at 7:15, 7:20, but I smell like fried seagull, like just horrible. And I like would be there like just smelling myself. I'm like, yo, I can't do this. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want to do it to other people. I didn't want to do it to myself. So, you know, in the same mindset of go get it, you know, if you can't go to it, bring it to you. I think a month and a half ago, I opened my own Narcotics Anonymous meeting at the restaurant every Monday at 7:30.
Wow.
And that's like now my meeting. You know what I mean? Like I'm consistent with it. I have like a group of people that come and, you know, we talk openly about our struggles. You know, some of us are early in recovery. Some of us are like me that like I haven't touched a drug in a long time, but I'm still going through the struggles like gambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like relationships, all of that. And you still got to talk about it, because if not, that type of pain is what puts you up against the wall where you feel that the only escape you have is using.
Yeah. It's like a therapy. It's everybody. I believe everybody needs some sort of therapy in their life. You just do. And that's kind of like your version of a therapy session.
And
correct.
I just also want to say real quick, Ed was telling us a little bit off air about kind of like how you guys met and a tiny bit of his story. What just came to mind was this. Take what I say with a grain of salt, but it's going to make sense. You would not have flourished without someone like him, because if you went into a guy who was like 6 figures, owned 3 restaurants, was just trying to mooch off of you, it would have never worked.
100%.
You needed someone like Ed and Gina who have the exact same moral values you have and have also been in positions, quote unquote, that you have been.
God don't make no mistakes.
Exactly.
And I'm very
what I mean?
aware of that.
I'm not saying you wouldn't have been successful.
It would have been a different.
It had to be. This scenario fitted way better than the other. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if some like guy who, you know, just threw like a contract at you, like you needed someone like it just clicked.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. And I feel like I said, that's why I believe in like the spirits and the universe and the energy and all of that and everything working out the way it's supposed to, because like this is how it's supposed to be. Like, yes, I feel like we're at a point where in the next year or two, like that 6-figure person is gonna come and be like, yo, what's up? Like y'all got it.
Can
I get some of it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But we're gonna already have learned those lessons as a team to be like, bet, let's sit down, we'll talk about it, all of that.
Which brings me to when remember I said I was going to do some predictions.
Yeah,
that was one of them. I said, I'm like, the way your story's lining up, that's going to be the next. That's just going to be the next evolution. But also, food truck. You got to do the food truck business.
Yeah.
Start pull. You know, I don't know. You have to pull permits and all that stuff to do that, but you got to do the food truck business. That's one. And then the second one is going to be you're going to end up franchising 100%.
You feel that in the air, huh?
I'll say to my wife sometimes when she talks about certain things, she's like, do you think I could do this or whatever? And I said, I have no doubt. Like, it's going to happen. Like, I don't have like even like will it happen? I just know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And where else? I mean, there might be maybe somewhere, in Miami or in LA, but where else do you see like a Pastelito type of franchise?
I mean,
know what I'm saying?
I'll respect the people that came before me. Picalo got a franchise. They got like 4 or 5 of them.
Where?
They got one in Lawrence. They got one in East Boston. They have one in JP, and they have, I can't remember what the other one is, but they're not mine.
Exactly.
Okay, and they're also. When I talk about franchising, I'm saying you're gonna start doing some more shops in Massachusetts.
But like franchising, like Five Guys, burgers and fries, Pastelito wise.
Yeah.
That's a bar.
100%. 100%. I see it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, like you're saying that, and like I work with some people that are very energy oriented.
Yeah.
And the last few weeks we've been like, something's bubbling.
Yeah.
We feel it. And like when we're talking about it, I get goosebumps everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's the universe telling me like, yo, something's gonna happen.
It's just a matter of when, and it's going to be one of those things where, it's like having kids and everything else. Like you never could time it out perfectly.
No.
You might get in it too soon. You might get, but it's going to.
Just don't pull out. Just don't pull out.
Because do you think I ever planned one of my kids?
Yeah.
I got 11. I don't think I planned. I don't think I've planned one of my kids.
Seriously, how many friends in your life are you like, they're like, no, we're waiting to have kids until the time's right, and you're like, yo, you're never gonna have kids then.
Yeah.
You're never gonna.
I feel like that's why my thing has been like successful, right?
Yeah.
Even though there's been a lot of setbacks, because yesterday this dude came in the shop and he's like, look, I have this idea. And he's showing me 1,000 things on ChatGPT about making sandwiches. And he's like, I got this, look, ChatGPT made this menu for me, and like, look at this vision. I'm like, make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Make a sandwich, bro. Like,
Take
you just
the
gotta
action.
take the action and just be consistent with it. That's
Yeah.
all you have to do. And
that's
the
what's
universe
happen.
gonna reward that.
Yeah, and you're gonna do it, and you're gonna learn a little more, and then one day you're gonna be like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna take that leap.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna learn about the franchise type of stuff. I mean, and I got friends that have franchises. If you ever need someone, when it gets to that point, if you need someone to help with advice and stuff
Very
like that.
nice guy. Very
All
nice
right. Shout out to him.
That's why I do this podcast. I mean, I do it to hear people's awesome stories, but also if you could connect with people with other people, and you don't even know how many people right now. Eventually, you will, but just having those meetings on Monday nights, it's like a little offshoot of everything else.
Yeah.
But one day someone's gonna come to you and be like, "Yo, I came in one time
Yep.
in the early stages to that meeting." And just coming in here on Mondays led me to, and who knows wherever,
Right.
And
they're like lit, and they're like, now I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works. I have no doubt about it.
Yep.
Because had I not been doing that commissary kitchen and did that first delivery to Gina back in 2022, she would have never got that second delivery in 2024, right after her mother passed away, and reached out to me right after that dude didn't want to pay for the hood. Everything is like the domino effect. And
100%.
if you're not playing, then.
Right. And then you wouldn't be Ed's 12th.
12th kid.
12th kid.
It's no coincidence that, Javi calls us mom and dad a lot, It's like,
I do.
That's hilarious, man. All right. Any Moose, you have any more questions?
No. I just think I'm wicked excited to watch your both journey and trajectory, and I think this is something that's really gonna boom up. To me, it already is. I mean, I was going through your guys' reels. You guys use great content, but I can't wait to see what's coming next.
Yeah. Now we were sleeping on the air mattress 2024. We booming already.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Food truck. Work on that one first. And then eventually it's going to be the franchise thing. I can see it 100%.
Yeah.
I can see it. That's
Fire
great.
it up. I appreciate you so much, Ramiro, for this opportunity. I really do.
Yeah, man. Thank you
so
for coming
much.
in. That was great. Great story, Ed. Thank you. Pastelito, you got me to eat one.
Thank you for letting me sit down, and I didn't think I was going to be talking, but you usually can't shut me up.
I think we might have to have you back, Ed. There's a lot of stories
for real,
that we
man.
need to hear.
Yeah. Yo, he said $50 if I mention his name. How much do I get for putting you on the podcast?
I know you already got 100 out of me.
All right, we'll see.
We'll get Ed in here. We'll cover him up. We'll give him a costume.
Yeah.
Distort his voice.
We'll change his voice. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Distort his voice.
Just tell us everything.
About that goddamn treadmill.
That's a good one. All right, then let's say goodbye so we can hear the treadmill story off the air. Thank you.